Perspectives. Perspectives was a very meaningful platform that has been created by Emirates NBD, using art as a medium to show the talents and the strength that certain children, whom we call special needs children, have, and the role that they play in society. It won a gold Effie in the CSR by corporates category. It was a very competitive category. There were a lot of very, very good work there. What do you think played in its favor versus the other brands, versus other campaigns?
So, as I always say, as a judge, any entry that sort of comes into a shortlist or any entry that goes into competition for any category, it's playing with the heart as well as the mind of the jury. And in Effies, obviously, we try and keep our mind more active than our heart to try and see whether the particular campaign was having any impact on vis-a-vis the objectives that it had set out. What was working for Perspective was it was very strong in appealing to the heart, and specifically in CSR. Unfortunately, everyone is looking to sort of be wowed by the heart element of the campaign than the sort of the mind element of it, or as we call the magic versus the logic element of the campaign. So I think it was a pretty magical idea in how it was having an impact on the jury. I think it did bring to life the fact that these special needs children have a role to play in life, and that role doesn't have to be what we think effective roles in life generally are. So when we think of, let's say, a career for our children, we think of banking, we think of IT, we think of stuff, but really bringing out the fact that art has a huge role to play in life, and some of these people are amazingly creative, and then we need to foster not only that discipline but also these children. It was a fantastic thing to do.
Emirates NBD focuses on A pillar, which is special needs and people with disabilities specifically.
Yeah.
What is your point of view on brands? You've spoken about brands and sustainability, brands and corporate responsibility. What do you think brands can do better to perform at the Effies in the CSR category? What could they do better to win in the coming years?
Yeah, so we think, and I'm speaking as an individual as well as someone who works for a company that's very serious about CSR and sustainability. We think corporate social responsibility or sustainability is a way of doing business rather than icing on the cake itself. So you can't do a CSR campaign in isolation and expect your brands to suddenly start to have a responsible attribute in the hearts and minds of consumers. It's the way you do business which makes you socially responsible. So I think whoever's looking to do a CSR campaign, they should look at their business spread, their supply chain, their suppliers network, their consumers connections, their brand experience, to see what is it that they can do more responsibly that would turn them into a responsible and a socially conscious brand. And I think that's what matters the most, because there are 3,000 causes that 5,000 NGOs are trying to address. There's a lot of stuff going wrong in the world, but do you as a brand have a right to live in that space, and can you actually play a role, is the most important question to ask.